So I really started running in 2021,
Okay.
and then kind of
Geez,
built
so
it
yeah,
up.
it is quite new. Biggest couple life lessons in those couple years that you've been running?
Life lessons.
Life lessons,
Yeah.
I don't know, learnings, whatever.
I realized that, for people, they look at runners and they're like, oh, they're so great and they've been running forever, and for me to get there is just impossible. And where do you start? You literally just start.
Just start, yeah.
I remember starting running. Well, when I started with 3 kilometers. I was like, yeah, Merissa, kudos. And then I did 5, and then I did 8 kilometers, Sean. And I thought, well, 8, 2 more, like really pushing myself, and I could do 10 kilometers. And that's how it started.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was when I really just got into it. And I realized that if you put your mind to it, I mean, we only have this day in our hands. And if you make the best of it, and you set your goals, you set your mind on the goals that you want to achieve that day, with a positive attitude, you can reach them.
Yeah.
And before you know it, a year's gone by and you look back to where you've started and you cannot imagine how far you've come just because you've given yourself a time and a chance to prove yourself wrong. So,
Absolutely, I love it, love that.
I have to say this, that I've never had a coach or trained with anybody apart from last year, towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to, you kind of get stuck in your ruts.
Yes.
And you don't push yourself. Like, I'm not going to do the things that I ended up doing with a coach.
Correct.
So I used a guy called Michael Baker, and he was just phenomenal. And he gave me that extra push in training for UTCT,
Yes.
which helped a lot. So there's merit to that. And there's merit to just starting and doing the things that you love or that you set out to do.
Yes.
So I haven't actually now got a coach. I'm bound to go back. We'll see. Again, fluid.
Yeah.
But there's definite merit to structure and just doing what you feel like you may help or work for you.
Yeah.
The science behind it is new.
Yeah.
Like, I just run because I like running, and
Yeah.
there's apparently things to think about, which who knew.
Okay, so you say going back to so Cape Town, you were training for that. You added your strength training in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my recovery from UTD compared to UTCT was significant, and I think it's because of strength training, because it's the only thing that I did different. So this year, I thought, well, I'm going to obviously have to put a lot of mileage on legs, which I couldn't do at the end of the day because of my injury.
Yeah.
So I've started with a lot of strength training and cycling, static cycling,
Yes.
but interval training. And I've just done a marathon, and I have to say, having done limited kilometers, which I felt quite nervous about,
Yes.
because you don't just go to a marathon and run it
Correct.
with doing 30 kilometers or 20 kilometers a week.
Sure.
That's like
Oh,
very
wow.
limited.
Okay, so it is quite low.
Yeah, but the fitness is there because of the
Yes.
training and what have you. And my recovery is remarkably similar to
And you
what
had a
I
great
was doing.
race.
Yes. I didn't expect to run as good the marathon as I thought I would, because in my mind, sheesh, Merissa, you haven't really trained.
Yes.
Let's just finish the thing and qualify, So for me, I did well. Yeah, I'm very happy.
And the recovery after that's been perfect. That was last weekend.
Yes, it was Sunday now.
Yeah.
I did best of the best, and really happy with my time. It is what it is, you know. For me, road running is lovely. I enjoy it.
Absolutely. Morning or afternoon person?
Me, morning.
Morning.
Absolutely morning person.
For training or?
So it depends. Sometimes I find that I'm lazy in the mornings. I'm like, I can't be bothered. Why run at 4 when I can run at 2? What I have discovered though is apparently if you run in the heat of the day, it is similar or maybe as good as running in the mountains because of the
That's interesting.
pressure. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been eavesdropping on people's amazing.
Who told you that?
I can't remember. I remember hearing this. Merissa, if you train like in the heat of the day, you're going to be okay because you can't get to the mountains every weekend. And maybe it does
Maybe there's something there.
Maybe there is something there. So I have been training in the heat of the day quite a bit, and I find that when I run races, it's so much easier because
Yeah.
my body is not used to just running in cool air and
Yes.
all the loveliness. It has been.
And best of the best was hectic.
Oh
in the
yeah,
heat,
that was hectic. Yeah.